our space is very small. Most actuaries that are qualified know each other. That's how small our space is. So you do need exposure so that you can be able to move around who you know. At some point, your qualification doesn't play a role. You need to expose yourself to people. You need to know the right people. And how you do that, you humble yourself, find a mentor, put yourself in spaces that are uncomfortable to meet different people so that you are able to change jobs as and when you want to. And I need to stress this enough. Job hopping is good. Job hop. Like if you can do that, now I'm giving practical advice. Job hop. If you are able to job hop. That will get you the most amount of salary in the quickest time. Don't stay in a company for more than 3 years. It's not worth it. Do not be loyal to anybody. Be loyal to money so that you can get enough money quicker. And when you get enough money quicker, you can be able to give back quicker.
Okay. You know, there is a song by, you know Mdu, right? Mdu, the singer, the Kwaito singer.
Sure.
I just forgot the song, but there is a song where when he starts, he says, Mdu is back. You know the song, right?
No, I don't know that one.
Yeah. So Mdu is back. Mdu is back. Yeah, on the channel. So let me start off like this. The video that the episode that we did actually is the episode or the video.
Let me wait. Let me stop you quick. Before I know
Sure.
you're gonna introduction and all of that. Probably ask a question, but before we do that, let me say there's two things. One, congratulations. Firstly, congratulations. I think I'm gonna say it on a public platform. I've congratulated you on our personal space, but congratulations on getting your PhD in mathematics. It's a rare thing, Mcha. It's a very rare thing. We're truly proud of you. Strong and you become a beacon for Black excellence. Super proud of you. And the fact that you still get time to give back. I mean, this podcast is really about giving back and uplifting people, you know? So to still have time to do that while you're doing your PhD, it's just remarkable, man. So truly proud of you. Congratulations. I just wanted to say.
Hey, yeah, nah. We started this with a twist today. Yeah. Nah, man, thank you. You know, yesterday I was looking at the pictures of my graduation, and I think it only hit me yesterday that actually I've done this thing, you know? Because I think before this, the graduation and everything, you know, like it was pit, you know?
Yeah.
I think I've never had a time to just sit down and like absorb the moment. So yesterday I had like that epiphany. I was like, actually, this thing has happened. And now I'm thinking back, you know, man, where we started, you know, first year, courses chowing, you know, you don't sit there and think that, you know, I'm going to be an actuarial analyst one day, or I'm going to be a mathematician, or you are down, man. You're down. But the journey to unfold like this, man, is really, I'm taking it in now. It's only making sense now. Before that, hey, I was just, you know, pit and everything like that. But thank you so much, man. Thank you. But equally to you, you know.
Yeah.
The last time when we recorded an episode, me and you, to now, a lot of things have changed.
Much.
You are now a father. I think when we recorded the first time, you were not yet a father, but you were a husband, right? You are now a father. You have changed work, not work, but company.
Sure.
And now you are a senior,
Yes.
you know, actuarial analyst. When we recorded the episode for the first time, you were still an actuarial analyst. Now you're a senior actuarial analyst. And also I've seen that you have changed. You are now riding in a new whip, a German machine.
I gotta tell the story of the whip, but yeah.
Yeah, tell us the story of the whip, because I saw that, I think, and I was like, wow, this is great, man. This is great. This is the cars we dream about, some of us.
No, I'm part of it, dog. I'm part of those people. Like Kwamampel, I didn't see it happening, but I think after I became a father, like Uguti, you must get your wife a push gift. A push gift is literally a car to gift to your wife because your wife has given birth, like something along those lines. I may not be saying it very correctly, but yeah. So I owed my wife that for a very long time. So I then say to her, just hold on, Benefit. Love, Momo, can you please take care of the baby? He's crying. Okay, cool. Sure. Sorry about that, Ben. But so I owed my wife this car for a long time, man, And so after I got the role at Ref, I'm like, okay, can't find the car. Only to find that I found an 83. It's an 83 S line hatchback, a blue one. Ben, when I found that thing, God, I executed it immediately. Got that car, same time, I was like, I need this car. My wife looked at it, she loved it, bought it for her, like, Naika Kotwana. But the story then is here. I've been going to schools, not schools, but university residents, and trying to motivate young people, right? And they've been inviting me. I think I've done 4 this year, if not 5. And when I tell the story of the car, man, they keep getting insane. They lose it. And I think it's important that maybe I share it on your platform as well. It's that thing about the importance of reflecting on the accomplishments that you have, like how we were talking about your PhD and how you've reflected on it. I did the similar thing with when we got the car. I could not believe it. Yeah, I took the car for it. I went to the freeway, right, via Mall of Africa side. So I was going like I'm going to be. Just took a drive, dog. After taking that drive, got on the road, dog. Kaishisa, the windows. I dropped all of my windows, opened the sunroof, and I started looking up, boy. I saw stars, boy. I'm like, I'm a reappeal. Like, nah, big life, dog. I think it's one of the stories that I have of that car that I'll never let go of, because that's one of the. I think for me, because I used to drive a Grand i10, right? Drove that thing for about 5 years. So this car is the first major, like proper car. So I had to do that, man. I just had to do that. Just felt good. I'm like, yeah. No, we've been working, and this is really beautiful, man. So yeah, that's the story of the car, man.
I think this person was trying to say that they actually want to do computer science
Yeah,
and mathematical statistics degree, and
yeah.
thereafter go and write the board exam. So they were just asking if is that possible. If not,
That's possible. That's possible. Definitely. Finish the degree, and then after the degree, right? My previous boss was actually a physics degree holder. So he had a physics degree, I think, in mathematics. And he went on to write board exams. He had nothing to do with actuarial science until he heard about it after university. And then he attempted it. He wrote all the board exams. He's qualified now. His name is Sudhir. Good friend of mine.
so the idea is to actually get like what you're saying is that anyone who has a degree
A
in the
relevant degree,
quantitative
which
sciences.
has maths.
Oh,
Yeah, a one with maths, a
oh,
degree with maths, like majoring in maths. Any degree that has a maths major in it, you can actually go and write the board exams.
okay.
If you did well,
I
of
see.
course. If you did well, you have to pass well.
Okay. So
Sure.
apart from your plans of being an actuary, did maths and econ give you any exposure to any sustainable jobs and roles?
The reason why I got the actuarial role to begin with was because of the maths and ecos. Because it meant I can really adapt to different situations. I remember my boss, when they hired me at NBC, they said, even though I have a bit of understanding of the actuarial background. The mathematics allows me to think generally, because understand, like, actuarial science is a profession, which means there's a way people are taught things. Exactly, my boy. Exactly. There's there's things that people are taught, and they are straightly for that profession. But because I have mathematics and economics, I'm a bit broad in the sense of thinking and doing things. Why do you keep doing this? What is that? Gamba keeps doing this. Looks like Kevin Hart's kid going, dear. Yeah.
Did he choose to major in economic science or economic theory, and why?
It was easy for me. So the reason why I did not end up concluding actuarial science was actuarial science is tough. And at that time, I was passing economics and maths without putting any effort. So it was only okay for me to do that in graduate. You're tired of me in bed. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Econometrics seems like an interesting and very important skill to have in the modern day world. Did it play a key or important role in your time at Investec? Did you do econometrics?
I did econometrics, but I didn't know. I don't think I measured in it. I think Wits doesn't have that side of things. I think it's for UJ that tend to do that, right? Where you can measure in econometrics. Yeah, so Wits, I think it had it as a module at some point, but I don't think it was a major of some sort. And I did a bit of honors
And what?
in my. I did a bit of honors. I DH studies, but I did a bit of honors.
I see. Because this person wanted to know. Because this person wanted to know if that has helped you in your role at Investec.
No, not really. Not really.
Not really,
But
no?
what people need to understand, like things like maths and ecos, right? Especially ecos at an undergrad level, not at the master's level where now you become an economist. These things are more general, right? So they help you with general thinking, like how to solve problems, how to look at a problem from a one dimension to a three dimension, in order for you to give solutions to it. So it's really not professions, these things. They're general sort of subjects. So it's tough to say I did not use it or I did use it. But in problem solving, of course, I did apply those sort of things. But did I use the material that we were taught? Not really. Where I found myself using the material we were taught is the actuarial science stuff, where you do financial maths, life contingency, those sort of things. I've used them practically because actuarial science is a profession. But maths and ecos, they're not professions. They're just more general subjects, especially at an undergrad level, because I did them at undergrad. Whereas on you have converted it into a profession because you're a doctor and you're specializing in something very specific. And now you've converted into a profession. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I've used it from a general perspective.
I see. Why go for economics rather than corporate finance and insurance? Since it's the common choice for those interested in being aligned still to this field, especially at Wits.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna just be repeating myself on that one, but it's exposure. So I was exposed because of actuarial science. So what you do at Wits, when you do your actuarial science, the majors that you cannot compromise on, it's actuarial science, it's statistics, it's mathematics, and it's economics. Right? Pardon my son, guys. Like he wants to get some time with me. So
Yeah.
come back, come back, come back. So those sort of subjects were already with me. So I had maths, ecos, stats, and actuarial science. So when I decided to drop these two, I was only left with maths and ecos. Then I had to take an extra to pass, which I took computational and applied maths. I must say I got a distinction for that.
Yeah. Yeah, no. We must mention those distinctions, huh? We must mention those
You know what I
distinctions.
mean?
Do you know?
So, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know about the UCT Actuarial Convention course? Because someone is also asking, what are your thoughts about it?
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, okay. Let's keep that one.
Guys, can you please close the door, please?
So,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just asking them to close the door so that Yeah, no stress.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know nothing
Yeah.
about it, man. I'm probably not good enough. I have a kid I'm mentoring there. I'll probably ask him, but I will be late by then. I have a kid, Mzwandi. I'm mentoring him. He's doing his actuarial science at UCT, but he hasn't told me anything about that. And I know he's in his third year, so no, I know nothing.
Okay, sure. So you did explain what led to your change in courses and all, but what practical and realistic study methods did you incorporate towards handling the exams? Please be as detailed as possible. That is the question.
Listen to me. I've said this in your thingy. I did a 4 minutes video where you asked me during COVID to do this.
Sure,
Listen to me.
sure.
Consult. I can never overemphasize that. Consult. If you can consult, you've already done half of the work. You've already done half of the work. Consult. And then I think the other thing is I tried to at least every day. I wasn't consistent fully, but I tried to at least every day do something that related to the subject, and that helped a lot. Just something, like even if it's a chapter or two. And that method is even still used right now. Like when I passed some of the board exams, it is because I had studied them every day, right? And once I do every day, even if it's a one-liner or a two-liner, you underestimate that. But what your body does, it adjusts to the habit. And at some point, you're gonna get to a point where your body needs that habit. You've formed a strong habit that your body requires it outside of you just thinking about it consciously. You go, I haven't studied today. I need to study. My body is telling me I need to study. And then you do that. And once you get accustomed to that, without anything interrupting that, you should be able to do it. Just do what you're
Sure.
supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, man. That's the only differentiator between the successful and the unsuccessful. Do what you say you're going to do when you said you're going to do it, then just do it.
Yeah, Ahmed, you've put it right well. So this person says that they've checked your LinkedIn profile and they see that seems like you've done your exams with IFOA. So they're asking why IFOA and not ASA?
That person didn't look at my profile well. I'm an ASA member. Like, I'm an ASA member.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
definitely ASA. No, I had no interest in doing the UK people. And really, guys, honestly, I'll tell you now, there's not much difference. It's just people catering for the people in different countries. That's all. There's no special thing. Whether you did it with ASA, whether you did it with UK, it really does not make any material significance. And this actually maybe is a good time to enter. This is why I keep saying the chitty chats that happen around varsity can get people very worried about things that don't matter. You know what I mean? This is a practical example. I mean, these questions that we've been getting, so many people are doing a comparison between ASA and the UK guys. There's no difference. Literally, the difference, if I can tell you, it will be probably money, and it will be probably the fact that they've taken financial maths and life contingency and combined it. Other than that, there is no difference. There's no one that gets into the office and goes, I'm an actuary and I wrote my board exams with the UK. And for that, I need to be compensated for something. No, we wrote all the same board exams. It's similar, not exactly the same board exams. So there's no significant or materialistic difference between ASA and UK. So if you're in South Africa, just do ASA, man. Just do ASA. I know one of my bosses at NBC, he did end up doing with the UK because he was struggling with his last board exams. The last board exam was giving him so much problems in South Africa that he could not pass it and find a way around it. So he then went to the UK and worked in the UK and stayed in the UK because somebody told him that in the UK, there's at least classes, they give you proper support and more support when it comes to that particular board exam he was writing. And he went to the UK, worked that side, wrote that side, and actually passed it in his first attempt that side after failing it so many times the side. And then he ended up qualifying as an actuary. But in his anything of his that he writes, he does not go, I wrote with the UK. No, I'm an actuary, and that's it. That's where it ends.
Because I think what people try to get out of this, maybe they think that if you wrote at UK, maybe
Yeah.
you get more paid than if someone wrote at ASA. I don't know
Nah,
for
dog.
some.
Nah, dog. These are the same people, different branches. You just have a McDonald's in Senton and you have a McDonald's in UK. That's it. There's no better McDonald's. Well, maybe somebody
I
can
see.
argue to say McDonald's in the UK pays better, but that's because of the economics of the UK and SA. But other than that, there's no difference. I kid you not. You won't get a better pay. You won't get better job opportunities because you wrote in the UK. None of that. These people are writing literally the same board exams.
Is the ACT ad study material
Yeah,
a good investment for
yeah,
someone looking into sitting for the exams?
yes, definitely. That's where we all get our material. So there's
Oh,
nowhere else
okay.
you get your material. So those are the guys that we buy material from generally. And that is not handled by you. It's going to be handled by your employer. So you don't have to worry about that. If you're an actuary, studying actuary, your employer, literally when you get to the office the first day, they'll help you adjust to work. And then after that, immediately they'll ask you, when are you writing? You have to register your subscription with ASA. You have to write your board exam. And to do that, your company must buy you the material. And they use that to buy you the material.
Here's another person who I
But
think also checked your
I mean,
profile.
like people will help you. People will help you to get that done. It's not your employer buying your material, but you will buy the material. But people will help you buy the material.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So this other person as well, I think they checked your profile. So they say that the question
yeah,
says your final year was 2016 and you started your
correct.
actuarial analyst role in 2019. During
Yeah,
that
that
time,
person checked my
how
profile.
many yeah. So they say that during that time, how many exams had you already passed and what were the actual requirements for the job at that time? At which stage are you currently with the exams?
Um, in terms of Ilontos, and when I started my board exams, I was already with NBC, so I did not start my board exams before that. And if, yeah, I did not start my board exams before that. So my job did not require that. So I only made the decision to go back to actuarial science after that job, after 3 years in that job. And I hadn't written anything at that time. So I started writing somewhere in 2018, 19. Not comfortable with sharing my stage of where I am with the board exams because they're really showing me flames,
Sure.
and I'm not comfortable to share that. So at least for now,
Sure.
at least for now, at least
Sure.
until I get my
Sure.
things correct. But yeah, it's coming all right, but it's not where I need it to be, and that's why I'm not comfortable sharing for now. And that's why most people don't see the nowhere will you find, unless you are close to me and I've told you, nowhere will you find the progress of my actuarial thing. It's because that thing still remains one of my difficult things to embark on. And the failures and the challenges that come with it, some of it I still want to keep to myself, at least so that I can tell the story properly when I've achieved and accomplished them fully. But I will come back and tell you when the thing is done and say, at that time when you guys interviewed me, I was at this point of my life. So
Yeah.
I'd like to deal with my demons for now alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, deal with them in private, you know.
sure, yes.
It's
And then when we win,
it's
then
yeah.
I'll be able to then disclose most of that part. Yeah.
Sure. So the last two questions are as follows. Um, the first one says, considering that you have started your exams a while back, do you
Yeah.
think having the traditional degree and exams after is still the best choice? Or have you found the practical but longer approach more effective?
Ooh, I love that question. I love that question. That's a beautiful question. Um, I would say it depends. I'd say it
Mhm.
depends because I am still of the view that if I had gone back to actuarial science and I was seeing flames, I would still take the route that I took. Why? Because I'm underprivileged and people need to be fed through me, you know? So I'd say take the longer approach. If really you are seeing that you are struggling with your degree and people are counting on you, But if there's no one counting on you, your family is okay and things are good, see through that thing. Take however much years that you require to conclude that thing. I know a guy that was well off at home. He finished the degree, and after he finished the degree, he did not start with work. He actually sat down and just did the board exams without work. Stayed in his apartment, did the board exams, finished all of them, and then qualified. I think we were talking about him, Ben, you and I, at some point, ne?
Yeah.
You know the guy. You know the guy.
Yeah. Sure.
You know the guy. So those board exams, and it's not him alone. Like I know a couple of people that did that just stayed at home, wrote their board exams, and just qualified, and then started working after that. So the approach depends on the person and what they hold in terms of responsibility for those that come, those that they've left at home. So the deciding factor is the situation at home. What does it allow you to do? So it boils down to that. But if I were to give a generalistic answer, I'd say if you're a black child and you are struggling to conclude your second year, and you are seeing flames, you failed once or twice in your second year, let go of that thing. You'll see it when you start working. Because at the end of the day, it's to qualify as an actuary. It's not to impress your friends and impress the in varsity, it's all about who's doing better, those things don't apply in the real world, man. In the real world, everybody's looking after themselves. So you then can do your board exams in peace. And you'll know better. There's so much information out there that you'll be aware of because you are working. So I take in a generalistic way and gun on my head, I'm asked what to do, I'll still take the route that I took. It's a much better option.
Yeah.
You do things very relaxed. You're not under pressure to do anything. You are doing things very relaxed.
Sure. Last question.
Sure.
Take, for instance, a student looking to graduate with majors in computer science and economics or mathematics and wanting to be an actuary. Please share any advice you might give to that person. Assume they have enough awareness of what actuaries do day to day, how complex the content for the exams is, and is currently in their second year of studies. That's the question.
Get a mentor. Get somebody to mentor you, regardless of you knowing the information. So that those people, that person, what you need from them, because already understand the content, you need them to plug you with different people. Our space is very small. Most actuaries that are qualified know each other. That's how small our space is. So you do need exposure so that you can be able to move around. So now there's a kid I'm mentoring who's at VUT. She's currently going to work for Deloitte next year. And the conversation with her is you need to expose yourself to so many different people so that it's easier for you to move around jobs. Because once you get into a job, we are no longer those black people. And this is important, I need to say it. We are no longer those black people that are grateful to get a job. We need to get a job that really speaks to you. If that job does not speak to you, let it go. And if you get into an interview and you sit down, they always ask you, what question do you have for us? The question should always be, what is your plan for me? If the plan for your employer does not match the plan for you, let that employer know I won't stay longer than 2 years. It's important. We are black people now that understand the game and fully know what's good for us. And if you are not getting that, leave. I know that's contradicting the part of there's people that need you at home to feed them and all of that. I know God. I know the God I pray he will make a way. And the fact that you have a degree and a good enough degree of computer science and economics and whatnot, you should not struggle with getting a job. Especially also if you have a mentor, somebody that will expose you to people. It's once you make it. If you listen to Mamkheti Pakeng, when she did most of her interviews after she left UCT, there's something she spoke a lot about. It's who you know. At some point, your qualification doesn't play a role. You need to expose yourself to people. You need to know the right people. And how you do that, you humble yourself, find a mentor, put yourself in spaces that are uncomfortable to meet different people so that you are able to change jobs as and when you want to. And I need to stress this enough. Job hopping is good. Job hop. Like if you can do that, now I'm giving practical advice. Job hop. If you are able to job hop, that will get you the most amount of salary in the quickest time. Don't stay in a company for more than 3 years. It's not worth it. Do not be loyal to anybody. Be loyal to money so that you can get enough money quicker. And when you get enough money quicker, you can be able to give back quicker. Because if you don't have the money, what are you giving back with? Job hop. So that person, I'd say to them, find a mentor. Find a mentor. That is important. And that mentor, you must be very practical with them and tell them, I need you to expose me to different spaces and different people because I need to know those people so that I can be able to change jobs when I need to. Because you already know everything about the field, right? So what else do you need?
We're finishing this recording right now. The time is 11:11.
Sure.
And you know, there's some people who there's some people who believe in numerology. They believe that certain times have certain spiritual significance. Like if the time is 11:11, 2022, those kind of things, they say they signify something spiritually. So I'm looking at the time here is 11:11. I'm just thinking that okay, well, maybe there is some spiritual significance to this. But man, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome, man. I think for me, sorry.
No, you can go through. You can continue.
I know we are closing, so for me, in closing, I just want to say, if there are any Black kids that are currently doing well and watching this podcast, you have an obligation to go back home and give back to those that need it. For far too long, we've been getting ourselves exposed and getting careers and doing well in our careers, and looking after ourselves. But now the world requires us to go back and go to our economy, because the money of South Africa now sits in the township. And if we don't protect the townships now, the people that are big are going to get in the townships and take our money. So we need to go back. All of us, Black child, if you've made it, go back home. Figure out something that you can do for your Black people. Because if we do that and unite, then we can dictate to the economy when it comes to our township on how it needs to operate.
You couldn't have said it better, man.
Sure.
I have no weight.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you for
You're welcome,
coming to the podcast for the second time.
Sure.
I think that you have so much to give. Your weight. You know, I was telling someone some other day that there are some people whom they are gifted because there are many gifts, and sometimes we think of gifts as like maybe someone is a healer, but there are people who have they have gifts in their weight. They say something and it leaves you like with this fire. It's like they plant something in you when they talk. And I think you have that gift. Your voice shouldn't be your voice shouldn't be somewhere in a corner. These are the people that should be in podcasts. You're the people who are supposed to be speaking to kids. You know, you're being invited in places, and I see you're doing that already. It's your gift, brother. That's where your blessings are. You know, there's still a lot that is going to come into your life, man. I'm telling you, great things are still going to come.
Thank you so much,
you know, and when they come, it's because you know it's you see the energy you radiate is the energy you get.
Sure, man.
If you are somebody who is so concerned about the state of people and helping them out, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
man, that energy will come back tenfold. You'll just be surprised
yeah,
when this thing happened. You're like, but why is this like it's happening so fast? No,
yeah.
it's because of your works, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. And I need to give a shout out, man. I need to give a shout out as we're recording this. It's a Saturday. What's the date today? It's the Saturday.
The
What's the
5th
date?
of August.
It's the 5th of
5th
August.
of
It's a
August.
Saturday. It's the 5th of August. I need to shout out. There's a guy we went to school with, man. His name is Mbongeni Smith. Um, every job I've gotten since I left Investec is because of that man. And that man is
Ah,
selfless, man. I've seen him do so much for a black child, man, that yeah, man, I just wish God can continue to bless that man. Happy birthday to him. And I know he's probably out somewhere just having fun because he's a fun person like that and very smart and intelligent. And that man doesn't want to see a black child starve, man. Every job I've gotten since Investec, Mbongeni is the guy that brought me there. And those are the people that history will never write about them and say much about them because they tend to do
mm,
those things from their hearts. You know, some of us, we document our stuff. For me, it's important to preserve my history for my kid, you know, so my story will be told, but people like Mbongeni's stories will never be shared. And I just wanted to pick him up. Dude, I've seen that man just last week going over hoops and hills and not doing certain things that were important to work and everything just to make sure that a guy gets a job. And that guy got a job. That guy's life has literally changed. When Ben, I'm telling you, when I say this life changed, it changed from literally getting zero of rands to going up and getting thousands of rands every month, you know, just because of what Mbongeni is as a person and his heart. And myself, I'm saying to you now, I've gotten jobs. Every job I've gotten outside of Investec has been through that man. And I'd just like to say happy birthday to him, man. He's just incredible.
shout out to him. I
Yeah,
think I know. Is it
you definitely
Mbongeni, the
know.
one that
Smith.
was at Vets? Smith, Dominic.
Yes, Smith. Dominic. Yes, some people know him as Dominic.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how many
Oh,
people I don't know how many people have gotten jobs because of that man, man. That man is just, and he does it so humbly and doesn't care. You know that thing we're talking about that people just give from their heart and have nothing
sure.
to do with whatever that happens. He's just that person, man. He's just that person, man. And I don't think he gets a lot of shout out in what he does. And he doesn't do it through any NGO or anything. So definitely
Yeah,
he will
yeah.
never get his flowers. But I just wanted to say happy birthday to him, man, before we close.
Man, happy birthday to him, and I'll get you his numbers from you, man. He needs to also come to the podcast, man. Those are the
China, you
people
have to
that,
interview that man,
uh,
man. You have to interview that
yeah,
man, man.
man.
That's a gem of a person, man. That man, I can't even disclose his salary, but that man be making serious cash, man. And I work with him. He's a senior as well. But because of the so much good that he does, God has afforded him so much grace that his things, man, are just opening up when they need to, man. You know, I
Sure,
get him in the
sure.
podcast and just speak to him about the amount of change he's done. I probably think he doesn't remember, but if you sit down with him and talk to him, he will remember most of his stuff. That's a story you need to document, man.
No, I'll definitely. I think I have him on Facebook or something like that,
Yeah,
but I'll get his
yeah.
number through you
No, I'll
if.
give you his numbers.
Um,
I'll give you his numbers.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, do man. Thank you,
Brother,
man. Thank
thank
you.
you so much, man. Always good. And congratulations again on your PhD and on your 3,000 subscribers and the people that asked that you bring me back to celebrate this 3,000. And I hope I've done justice to celebrate the 3,000 subscribers. And I'm hoping to do the 1 month at least, every 1 month, one episode where we sit down and just chat everything in life, man.
So I'm saying I want to say this on record so that there can
Yeah.
be a record for this. To the subscribers who have subscribed to the channel, I was suggesting to Mdu, I was actually giving him a proposal that he becomes a co-host of this channel. But now Mdu is busy, as I am busy. So
Yeah.
it's difficult for us to find time. So we have agreed with each other that we're gonna do an episode every month, one episode,
Sure.
just the two of us,
Yeah.
just coming
Sure.
and just talking, unscripted,
Yeah.
and maybe
And
the subscribers, you can actually give us what can we talk about. Then we can do a Q&A of some sort, and even have a live session where the subscribers are able to come in real time and ask questions on YouTube. That we can do. So I want to say this on record.
I have already a topic for us, and maybe for the next month when we sit down. And the topic is, what does it mean to be Black and successful through education in this time?
You see now,
Yeah.
we're doing a throw forward. In radio, they call it a throw forward. When the show ends, they tell you what is going to happen in the next show, so that you keep on thinking like, I shouldn't miss the next show. That's what you're doing there, brother. It's a throw forward.
Sure. So we speak everything. The difficulty, because most of us are not exposed. I want us to talk about how are we using money. The women, like girls that you are seeing, the fun that you are, all of it. Let's dive into it and just conversate around it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I mean, I will go all out for this. I will even book a studio for this, man. It's just for one day in 1 month, man.
Just 1 day.
I'll book a studio for this, man.
I'm definitely there. I'll
book a studio for this, man. Mashavala,
and we have it on
Studios.
Record, so I can't disappoint.
Yeah, I want to put it on record because I want to also speak it into reality. You know the things you say. You want to put them like that. So let's do that, brother. But thank you so much for your time and for I mean, you are a father, you are a husband, but to give us 2 hours to 3 hours of your time on a Saturday, man, it's really something that I'm really grateful for. So yeah, thank you, man, and God bless your journey.
God bless you too, man. I'm proud of you, man. God bless you, my brother.
Sure.
Signing out. Twana sekasi phumile show of it, Sisonke Jovic.